Have you ever wondered what happens if you pick up one of the millions of phones that are inside of different Backrooms levels? Will somebody be answering? Will you hear any noise? Can you order a pizza? On today's video, I'm going to be explaining a Backrooms level that might let us know what happens when you do that. And you probably are not going to want to do it. The level is known as The Call, and the details in this video are going to be disturbing, so go ahead and watch at your own risk. If you learn nothing from this entire level explanation, remember this. For the love of God, never answer a ringing phone inside of the Backrooms, because you will not like what happens on the other end. Without more intro and more blabbering on, let's get into the video, shall we? The Call is an anonymous level documented over on the Backrooms fandom. It's been given a threat index difficulty of class 5 because the entire place is unsafe and not stable, and also ring. I don't know what that means, but you will soon. The level's appearance is nothing crazy. It looks to be a regular 2-storied house with a main floor and a small basement. The house has the design of one from the USA in the early 2000s. So there's these light honey oak cabinets, beige walls, and multiple walls connecting different rooms. The house seems clean, like it was recently vacuumed and just kind of cleaned fully and wiped down. Which, by the way, all of you watching this video, I want you to click off right now and go clean your room. I know it's disgusting. But anyways, back to the video. This entire house not only feels clean, but it also has the strong smell of a lavender scent. And this fills and permeates the air in every single room of the house. Outside of the house, it is constantly raining. Light drizzles to heavy downpours, it really does not matter. It's always raining from the sky. The windows that look outside to that area are dark, and what you can see if you can manage to squint out and look is a very dark, poorly lit suburban street with no road signs or anything that could tell you where you're at. It just looks like a neighborhood street. Additionally, the windows and the doors of the house can actually open up to look outside to that street and stuff, but you cannot walk or climb through those thresholds. It's like there's an invisible barrier that keeps you inside. Kind of like the border of the old Minecraft worlds back in the alpha versions. So even though you can see the outside and you can feel the cool mist from when you open the door or the window, you can't explore any further. But despite the fact that it's pitch black outside and it's raining and it's pretty cramped inside, the house actually resonates a sense of comfort and a sense of warmth to every single person who comes here. It's kind of like the level forcefully injects people that do come here with happiness. Because even though you do feel happy and safe and calm when you're inside of this house, it doesn't seem natural. It seems fake and it seems forced. The layout of the house is simple. Like I said, it is a small 2-story house with a very tiny basement as the second floor. The upstairs is a very tight living room that leads to the kitchen and dining room area, and across from this is a skinny dark hallway that leads to 2 different bedrooms. The lights inside the house are never on, and if they are, they kind of just dimly light up their surroundings. They don't really help. So in order to see anything here, you're going to want to bring your own flashlight. In that small little hallway is a door that opens up to a staircase, which leads down to the basement. But the basement, you don't want to go there. Just don't. But I'm sure you're asking yourself, why has this level been given a class 5 threat index when it just seems like a really nice little house? Nothing too bad about it, right? Well, that's because of the effect that is about to occur right now. Approximately 10 minutes after being sent to this level and exploring around what you see, a landline telephone will appear and begin to ring. This phone looks like one of those old generic ones that are attached to the walls back from the early 2000s. I'm assuming y'all remember that. And this phone can appear pretty much anywhere inside the house, but it usually shows up in the living room, the kitchen, or the basement. No matter where it's at, you can hear the ringing because it's constant and it doesn't stop. It is important to note that this phone does not appear at all until after that 10-minute period. So when it does show up, it'll definitely seem out of place. Once the phone shows up and starts to ring, a small piece of paper that looks to be kind of a note will appear on the floor below it. The note always will say the following poem. No matter where it's at, it always says the same thing. If you answer, the past will fade away. If you ignore it, no one will remember you. Which is just an awesome little poem. I'm sure that's probably the best thing you want to hear when you read a little note in the Backrooms. If you pick up the phone after this and you put it to your ear, you will instantly forget one single memory. However, However, the memory that you forget is random, and you won't really know what it was. It could be something stupid, like what you had for breakfast yesterday, or it could be something important, like your name or something. However, on the other hand, if you choose to ignore the call and not pick it up when it's ringing, the page says you will die and cease to exist. So essentially, it is better to pick it up and lose a memory and listen than it is to just decay right in front of the phone. The method of death that occurs if you do not pick up the phone is unknown, but it's assumed that you somehow get absorbed or decompose or decay or glitch away because there's no body smell or dead bodies in this house. So what actually happens when you pick up the phone? You know, I said that you lose a memory, but what do you hear? If you do pick up the phone and listen to it, one of three things can be heard. One is that you might hear hushed and troubled and kind of gargling breathing on the other end, like someone is wheezing or being choked. Number two, you'll hear muffled laughter and the sound of someone crying off in the distance. Number three is that you'll hear a voice that you recognize crying and screaming your name and trying to get you to help. This voice could be your brother, your sister, your friend, your mom, your dad. We don't know how it's related to you or how the level picks it. We just know that it's someone you know. Whenever you hear one of those three, the call will take anywhere from 1 to 4 minutes to conclude. After that time period, the line will just disconnect itself and it'll stop working. After the call ends, the memory will get taken away from your body as well as some part of your physical makeup. So not only will you lose a memory, you'll also lose a body part or a single cell or something. But in worst cases, you'll lose legs, arms, hands, feet, appendages, and that sort of thing. You might forget how to speak, you might forget how to open your eyes. It's just a bad combination. It seems like the level is playing with its food. But usually after the first call ends is when the people that come here begin to panic. And rightfully so. Imagine ending a call and your leg falls off. However, after 10 minutes of this panic, the phone will ring again. And you will have no choice but to pick up that phone and listen again to whatever it says on the other end, and after it disconnects once more, another piece of your humanity will be gone. Maybe it'll be your sight, or your mouth, or your ears, or your legs, or your arms, or your knees. Something will disappear again, and you'll lose more memories. This cycle of continuously answering the phone and losing a part of yourself will happen over and over and over, while the phone will continue to ring every 10 minutes until nothing is left of you. The only entity inside this level that's even an entity is the phone. There's no other creatures here. Information about this phone is scarce because of how hard it is to enter the level, but talking into the telephone doesn't seem to result in any knowledge. Nothing really happens. The phone won't answer questions. It won't give you information on who's making the noises behind it. All you can hear is the soft whimpering sounds that I mentioned earlier. To enter this level, you can do so by accidentally no-clipping, which is nearly impossible, and if it happens and you get sent here, your luck is terrible, and I don't know what else to tell you. And to exit, there is only one way out. You can try to repeatedly jump through the open window in the level to get to that outside area, and eventually if you do, you'll be lucky enough to get outside, and you can walk through there to get to level 9, level 85, or level 560. However, this is seemingly random, and it needs to occur before the phone starts ringing, or you will not make it out in one piece. Because everything happens in 10-minute intervals here, you gotta try that first 10 minutes as hard as you can before you start losing memories and body parts. This level is yet another hellish trap level that can be found deep inside the Backrooms. Even though its environment is chill, it seems safe, it's still one of the deadliest places ever because you only have 10 minutes to try to figure out before the phone rings, and whoever's on the other end, whether it's an entity, whether it's just the Backrooms playing with you, will begin to take your memories and your body. Good luck with that, and Godspeed while you try to survive this level. Just remember to never answer the phone inside of the Backrooms. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below other levels I should go over. There's tons of them, and I got a ton more coming. Also, while you're down there, check out the Brugly Instagram, the Brugly Twitter, Spoogly, Toogly, all my channels. Bunches of stuff going up on there. Thank you all for your support. The channel just turned 4 years old, which is absolutely insane. 4 years of doing this stuff. You guys are amazing for sticking around. I got so much new stuff coming, and if you want more from me that's not Backrooms related, you can check out some of my other playlists on this channel where I go over Trevor Henderson creatures, analog horror creatures, SCPs, that sort of thing. And you can also check out Spoogly, where I kind of do documentary style videos, and that channel's blowing up. It just hit 200,000 subscribers. Again, thank you all for that. Oh, without making the outro too long, I don't want to tank the watch time. I will see you all in the next video.